Hello, I'm Ali, psychically.net. Going to be doing some astrology readings today, and this is going to be for Scorpios. I've already done the others, so look out for those, all the other birth signs. This is for Monday the 20th of April through to Sunday the 26th of April. Okay, excuse my webcam, it's not very good today. I think it's got a poorly day, so bless it, you'll have to forgive it. So you'll get the information anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But okay, so I'm going to tune in with you. Okay, so a typical Scorpio. A typical Scorpio is very romantic. They get very intense with things. They feel very deeply, okay, but they also have to defend themselves by usually backing off if they feel that somebody is kind of asking them too many personal questions or kind of trying to get into their psyche. They kind of get a little bit defensive, okay. They don't let people in as we do, okay, and that's why sometimes they can be appear to be a little bit prickly. Does that make sense? Hence the sting in the tail, okay. But usually they are very romantic, very intense, and they've got a lovely nature to them, okay. But don't mess with them, okay. That's kind of the answer to that. Okay, so we're going to have a look and see what's going on in Scorpio's lives for this week. Okay, so we're going to do the beginning, the middle and end of the week. Okay, predictions for finances, for general and for love. Okay, so I'm just going to go quiet while I tune in to your energy. If you want to tune in with me, that will be great. Doesn't matter when you listen to this recording, it will mean something to you, okay. I honestly think that even if it's not during those that date, it will mean something to you. There'll be something that will resonate with you. Sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in now. So. Okay. Okay, so what I'm seeing for you, okay, this is the beginning of the week. The beginning of the week, Scorpios, it starts with somebody arguing, I'm afraid. It's like somebody is getting to you. Somebody is you know, worrying about this or stressing about that. And it will feel as though, I just want, you know, this is negative energy. I don't want to be around this anymore. So you will be fed up of that very much. Okay, so definitely you'll be withdrawing back into yourself a little bit. I think you're going to be spending more time on your own if you're not already. Okay, that sometimes means away from kind of social media, that sort of thing. And just concentrating on yourself. So don't be surprised if you don't either meditate or you don't kind of calm yourself in another way. That could be losing yourself in a book or TV, whatever. I just feel as if you're finding that balance back, okay? That balance where you're saying, do you know what, I'm me and I'm okay with that. All right, so it will be around that. Okay, so to do with your finances, it's happened again. The Judgment card, it's happened in every single, you saw me shuffle, in every single reading so far. Actually, did I shuffle? Let's try it again. Did I shuffle these? Let's just do it. Let's do an experiment. Okay, so this is because either the first or the second, the beginning or the middle of this week, there in every single reading there's been the same cards, okay. And what I did in between that last video, Libra in the last video and this video, is I put the cards on the table and I swished them to really mix them up. Okay, that's what I did. Okay, so let's have a look. So this is Scorpio finances in the middle, the beginning of this week, Monday. Monday the 20th of April, beginning of that. Okay. That's still one of the cards that we had. Ah, this is good news. Okay, so for you, particularly for you, Scorpio, you've got quite good cards. So the World card is a good outcome to what you're worried about. Okay. The Hierophant is all to do with spiritual learning, spiritual teaching, looking at things in a spiritual way, maybe looking for signs a little bit more in your life that you're going in the right direction. So if you're having doubts about kind of what it is that you want to do or where you're going, maybe, you know, have you ever tried a pendulum? Have you ever, you know, you can do it with a needle and cotton. You can do it with a ring on a piece of string. That's what they used to do in the olden days. Hold it in your hand, the string. Hold the actual, you know, so if you're doing it with a ring or a needle, just hold that and just say, you are blessed. Okay, you're working with the light. And then you hold your hand underneath it, put your elbow, rest it on a table, so that you can keep it still. Okay, and what you're doing is you're deliberately then spinning it around in a circle and say this is yes, and then back and forth, this is no, and then the maybe is standing still. So then when you're holding this, you basically ask it to show you yes, and then ask it to show you no. Okay, then you can ask your questions. Usually ask stuff that you already know the answers to, just to make sure it is working okay. But you know, it does work. It's worth having a go. Okay, even if it's just for entertainment purposes only, have a go. Okay, so financially, yeah, it's going to turn out better. So there might have been something that was initially worrying you, something that you thought, I need some more information about that. You know, I'm clearer now. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so look for those signs that you're going in the right direction. Okay, so emotionally. Okay, so emotionally for you, bit of holding on to the past, holding on to emotions, holding on to someone, something. You're not ready to let go. You're not ready to give up on that. You're not ready to release that energy emotionally. And that's okay. You know, you don't have to be in a sprint to become enlightened. Okay, you can become enlightened just by walking about in everyday life. You know, you'll see something that you think that means something to me, or you'll have a conversation with somebody and they'll say something that's very poignant to you. At the end of the day, this emotional situation is deep within yourself. There's something that you haven't addressed, or if you have addressed it, then there will be something that will trigger off a thought or trigger off an emotion. And we'll think, no, I'm done. I didn't, you know, this isn't what I've been doing. You know, I thought I was sorted. So, you know, sometimes there's a little bit left that we need to kind of clear. Okay, there's a person connected to you at this time, the beginning of the week. This is Scorpio, so it feels as if this person is being inspirational to you. So don't be surprised if you're not seeing somebody either on social media, or you read about this person in a book or a magazine, or you know, you see somebody on the TV program and you think, that person is a lot like me, and that person makes me feel like I want to be a better person, makes me feel as if I want to be more like that. So not to follow anybody, but it could be that you like their principles, it could be that you like the fact that they're fair-minded, that sort of thing. Okay, so that's all the beginning of the week for Scorpios. So the middle of the week for Scorpios. Okay, you've got a character around you who's getting bored easily. Now they're doing your head in, because all they're doing is moaning about the fact that they're bored. Could it be you? Yeah, it could be you who's saying, I'm bored, and getting on everyone else's nerves. I can see a flirtatious female around you, somebody who is going to be bubbly, and they're going to come into your life and they're going to make you giggle, make you laugh. Okay, now this could be a very excitable man. Does that make sense? It doesn't have to be a female, I suppose, but if you imagine feminine energy, I'm not saying they're gay even, just what I mean, they're just, there's like a feeling of, you know, because we all have a masculine and a feminine energy. Does that make sense? We just do. So this person will be showing kind of compassion and love and empathy and kind of wanting to nurture. Okay, so this person will be coming into your life, okay, at this precise time. And it's a time that you're bored, so this person's going to fit in very well with you, okay, because they're going to be of interest, okay. Now you're going to have to stand your ground over a matter of principle, so that it's like you've got to stand up for yourself, or you mustn't back down. You know, things have got to continue the way that they are. Does that make sense? So there's a lot of kind of needing to stay to the pathway that you choose, okay. Okay, so we have the Temperance card and we have the Emperor. Okay, so the Emperor is to do with somebody in authority, and the Temperance is the Balance card. Okay, so there will be a little bit of talk about balance, talk about getting the right energy. Okay, so somebody in authority will be saying something to you. You know, this person has got a plan. They've got they're going to be, you know, I wanted to say dishing it out to you, but I don't know what I mean by that. They're going to be saying what they've got to say. Okay, it's like an announcement. If you have a look at the card, it does look as if he's got kind of a scroll here, and he's going to be saying what he thinks. Does that make sense? It's like, I'm going to tell you now what is happening. Okay, kind of what I've been seeing with everybody else's reading, but with different cards. It's kind of fluctuated between the Judgment card, the Chariot has been coming up, the Emperor has been coming up, and there was one other, and the Hierophant. Yeah, so that's kind of been the common theme that's running. So don't be surprised if there's not going to be a big announcement on TV, I think. Okay, so to do with your emotional life, the middle of this week, you're having to stay in control of your emotions. You can't let your emotions get out and cause havoc. Now, this is directly linked to somebody who is feeling as if you've got to be the strong one. You've got to be the one to stand up. You've got to be the one to make them feel safe, okay? And the only way to do that is for you to be in a bit of control regarding them and regarding life at that time, okay? We've got the Other Lives card. So there's a lot of past life feelings around you, meeting people who you resonate with. You don't know why. It could be that you, you know, that it's like I said to you in the beginning of the week, didn't I? That you meet somebody who you've got a lot of respect for, you know. So that is kind of what I'm seeing, kind of still coming on into the middle of your reading of this week. There's a lot of past life connections going on. Does that make sense around you? People who feel familiar, but you might have only just met them. That's what's coming up. And the end of this week, there's something to do with your spiritual side, your spiritual nature it's like I don't want to talk about it or tell anybody else about it, because I've already had some sort of rejection, or somebody's shot me down in flames for saying that I believe in this or that. There's something to do with religion, and there's something to do with kind of miscommunication and upsets and things like that going on. I can't get away from it because that is my rejection card. Okay, this is my I'm not talking anymore, not saying anything, and this is my kind of looking in from the third eye, the spiritual side of things. Okay, on a financial basis, oh, yours are different. Oh, this is refreshing. Okay, so the Scorpio, for you, you've got the Sun. The Sun is your happiness, your brightness, feeling great, feeling happy. It's like good things are coming to you. You've waited a long time. The Hangman is that I've been in suspense for a while. Everything's been upside down, but now everything's starting to move forward. So for you, Scorpios, you've got the first cards that are very, very, I'm not saying the others aren't positive, they're just shock. Is it like a shock or something? But with you, no. That's what I see. So finishing off for you emotionally, be aware that it's sometimes too easy to blame a past relationship, you know, on your mood. You know, well, I've had a lot going on, you know, or, you know, I've been hurt before. I've been, you know, it's like, well, is that the next person's fault? Truly, no. Does that make sense? So sometimes we have to shed the energy from the previous relationship or the previous emotional baggage in order to move forward with a new. And if you feel as if you're single and you're wanting to meet somebody, but you're still feeling these things, then sometimes you might need to say, do you know what? I'm going to spend a bit of time being on my own, just so I can fall back in love with myself. I can balance me, I can understand myself better, and I've got time without having to worry about anybody else's feelings. I've got time to get over mine. Okay, because sometimes we jump straight into another one and it can cause a lot of kind of issues. Okay, and that's kind of what I see here. The meaningless card, this is all about somebody who feels as if they failed, or they feel as if they can't do any right. They're feeling proper sorry for themselves a bit. Okay, so again, this can be around you. All right, so that's what I see for Scorpios. All right, take care, stay safe, bye.